Stop. Before you scroll past this, I need you to hear something. Everything you think you know about dinosaurs, the scaly, slow, cold-blooded monsters from every movie and textbook, is wrong. Completely, fundamentally wrong. And the most insane part? Scientists have known this for decades. They just didn't tell us. Today we're exposing the real story of the most dominant creatures to ever walk this earth. Facts so shocking, they'll make you question everything you learned in school. Stay until the end, because what we reveal in the final minute changes the entire story of life on Earth. Let's start with the biggest lie. The image burned into your brain, that giant gray, scaly T-Rex roaring at you. Pure Hollywood fiction. The real T-Rex? Covered in feathers. Not just a few feathers on its arms. We're talking a full coat, potentially as colorful as a modern peacock or an eagle. In 2012, Chinese paleontologists discovered fossils of Tyrannus, a 9-meter-long tyrannosaur, completely coated in filament-like feathers. 9 meters long. Feathers. And T-Rex was its direct evolutionary descendant. Netflix's brand-new dinosaur documentary briefly touches on this, but they pulled their punches. The real implications are far more mind-bending. If T-Rex had feathers, then it likely had color vision sharper than any eagle alive today. It could see colors we literally cannot see. It wasn't hunting you by smell, it was hunting you by sight, spotting movement from half a mile away, processing visual information 3 times faster than the human eye. You wouldn't hear it coming. You would simply appear in its field of vision. Now let's talk about intelligence, because this is where things get truly terrifying. For years, we called dinosaurs stupid. Small brains, primitive instincts. The science completely disagrees. The Troodon, a relatively small dinosaur from the late Cretaceous, had the highest brain-to-body ratio of any dinosaur. Scientists ran the numbers on what would have happened if the asteroid never hit. Dr. Dale Russell, a paleontologist at the Smithsonian, proposed that Troodon's evolutionary trajectory, if uninterrupted for another 20 million years, would have produced a bipedal, large-brained creature. Standing upright, dexterous hands, problem-solving capability rivaling modern primates. In other words, if that asteroid had missed by just 1 degree, there's a real scientific argument that dinosaurs, not mammals, would have developed civilization. Think about that. Your entire existence, this phone in your hand, the city you live in, none of it exists in that timeline. And the asteroid? It missed by margins so razor-thin that 3 separate peer-reviewed papers have called it a statistical improbability. Change the angle of entry by 5 degrees, the dinosaurs survive. Here's the fact that will break your brain. Dinosaurs didn't go extinct. I know, you've heard this before. Birds are dinosaurs, blah, blah, blah. But you don't understand what that actually means. Right now, there are over 10,000 species of dinosaur alive on Earth. That's more species than all mammals combined. When a crow solves a puzzle, outsmarts a dog, remembers your face for years, you are watching a dinosaur think. When an eagle dives at 200 miles per hour and snatches a fish from a river, you are watching 150 million years of predatory evolution in real time. The most terrifying predator to ever exist, Velociraptor, didn't look like what Jurassic Park showed you. It was roughly the size of a turkey, covered in feathers. Its closest living relative? The chicken sitting in your fridge right now. You eat dinosaurs for dinner. The birds that survived the extinction weren't the biggest or the strongest. They were the smallest, light enough to survive on minimal calories during the nuclear winter the asteroid created. Evolution didn't end dinosaurs. It compressed them, filtered them, made them faster, smarter, more efficient. The 10,000 species alive today are not the leftovers of the dinosaur age. They are its peak achievement. And finally, the extinction itself. The story you know is wrong. Yes, an asteroid hit. Yes, it was catastrophic. But new research has overturned the timeline completely. The impact didn't kill the dinosaurs in months or years. It took decades, possibly a century. The initial impact wiped out roughly 30% of species. What finished the rest was a volcanic chain reaction, the Deccan Traps in modern-day India, already erupting for 250,000 years before the asteroid, went into hyperdrive after the impact. The shock wave, traveling through the Earth's mantle, triggered eruptions on the exact opposite side of the planet within hours. For the next 100 years, the sky was red. Acid rain dissolved the oceans. The global temperature swung 15 degrees in both directions within the same decade. The dinosaurs that survived the first strike, the ones that found shelter, the ones that adapted, watched their worlds slowly die over generations. They didn't go in a flash. The last non-avian dinosaur died, slowly, in a world that had simply run out of food. And 66 million years later, one of their descendants is watching this video on a glowing rectangle, in a civilization built on the bones of the creatures that used to own this planet. If this blew your mind, subscribe. We drop one video a week that the algorithm doesn't want you to see. Drop a comment. If the asteroid had missed, what do you think dinosaur civilization would look like today? I'll read every single one.